Hello friends, welcome to EduTap. In this video, we are going to discuss certain important concepts related to economics which can help us in IB ACIO examination 2020. Now the important thing to note is that the ACIO examination is about to come, and in that examination a good number of questions are going to come from various subjects. And EduTap has sort of launched this series of live sessions for your preparation, and we have also come up with a detailed course for your better preparation. So if you can hear me, if the audio is clear and the video is clear, I request you to please give me a thumbs up in the comment section. आप सभी लोगों से मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है कि अगर आप मेरी आवाज़ सुन सकते हैं तो आप लोग एक बार प्लीज़ जो है अपनी प्रेजेंस फेल्ड करवा दीजिए और बता दीजिए कि हाँ आपको मेरी आवाज़ सुनाई दे रही है, एज वेल एज आपको वीडियो दिखाई देने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रही है. We have a YouTube channel, you all know that. We have a Telegram channel. So the thing is that we are hosting a good number of free videos for your education, for your preparation on our YouTube channel, and the notes related to those videos, PPTs, PDFs related to those videos are provided on our Telegram channel. So you should subscribe to both these channels so that you can keep yourself updated not only with exam strategies, notifications, but also with a lot of content, right? And you should visit www.edutap.co.in to enroll in our courses, right? So far as IB ACIO 2020 is concerned, we have launched a full video master course. Now in this full video master course, we have provided you everything that you need to prepare well for this examination. For every tier, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, absolutely all the required notes have been provided to you. All the required guidance strategy has been provided to you. For example, in tier 1, we have provided you chapter wise videos and MCQs of quantitative aptitude, reasoning ability and English so that you score well. We have provided you chapter wise concept videos, concept notes and quizzes of all GS components, history, polity, geography, economy, science. That means nothing has been absolutely left aside. And we are providing you a very beautiful monthly current affairs magazine for your general awareness preparation. For tier 2, we are providing you video lectures on essay writing, Pressy and reasoning. We are providing you fodder material on essay so that you can write essay confidently without any problems, because many students have this problem in writing an essay. So we're providing you content so that you can write essay, and we are providing you sample exercises so that you can practice well before examination. The best part is that if you become a part of our course in tier 3, we are providing interview guidance to you from experts through our mock interviews, right? So every tier has been very carefully designed for your preparation so that you are able to ace this examination. And many students appear in these examinations because they want to clear it, because they want to get a job. We want exactly that for you, which is precisely why we have created this kind of a course for you. I request all of you to please be kind enough to make some noise in the comment section. I can see that Krutika Shri has given me a thumbs up, which means that the audio and the video is clear. I request all of you to please make some noise. Please make your presence felt in the comment section. Now, the agenda of this particular video is to discuss certain MCQs, and what I have done is that I have picked up a small topic, right, which is types of goods, and I am going to discuss certain questions related to types of goods with you. The thing is that as a part of our course, we have provided notes and we have provided videos and quizzes and MCQs and everything to you, right? So what we are discussing over here is going to give you a snapshot of what is actually going to happen in the course. For example, economics is taught by me in the course, right? So you can understand how I have approached things. Now I've placed a question in front of you. Which of the following is not an example of durable consumer good? You have to be knowing the definition of durable consumer good, and you have to be knowing what are the types of durable consumer goods. So you should be able to see examples and be able to identify whether they are durable consumer goods or not. So what is the most important learning? The first and most important learning so far as this subject economics is concerned and scoring well is concerned in the examination is that you should know the definitions very, very clearly. You should be very sure about the definitions related to various concepts, and once that is there in your mind, once the clarity of concept is there in your mind, it will be very, very easy for you to be able to answer questions correctly, right? So if you know the definition of durable consumer goods, if you know the examples of durable consumer goods, right, and if you can think logically, this kind of question should be not very difficult for you to attempt in the examination. I request all of you to please give me an answer to the first question that I have placed in front of you. Which of the following is not an example of durable consumer good? Petrol, computer, furniture, automobile, right? Please be kind enough, please don't be shy, right? We are all here to learn. Now let me place certain theory in front of you. There are two kinds of goods, right? actually there are many kinds of goods, let us say, but within the broad type that we are discussing right now, we are saying that there are two types of goods, in the sense that the good can either be a single use good, that means that it can be like, you know, use and throw kind of a thing, or maybe something which is used and gets exhausted kind of a thing. And then there is something called as durable use goods, which means those goods which are used again and again over a period of time recurringly, right? So what are the example of single use goods? Single use good can be your egg, right? You can use it only once, as I'm sure that you all are logically aware of that. You can use an egg only once, you can eat it only once. I cannot eat the same egg twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, right? Coal once burnt cannot be burnt again, so it is not as if that coal which has been burnt can be burnt again for supplying heat or energy to me. So again, this is a single use good. Similarly, seeds, the good quality seeds, the hybrid seeds, scientifically advanced seed, many a times they are single use seeds. So the idea is that single use goods can be consumer goods or they can be producer goods, right? Sudhakar Yadav has been kind enough to give me an answer, right? So consumer good, your egg can be a consumer good. Coal used in a factory can be a producer good, seed can be a producer good. So what is the consumer good and what is the producer good? Consumer good is something which is consumed to satisfy my wants directly, and producer goods are those goods which are consumed to satisfy my wants indirectly. For example, let me tell you that, let us say that I want shirt, okay, so that I can wear it, right? So the coal which is used in the textile industry to run the machinery, let us say, and that machinery is producing the shirt, right? Shirt is the consumer good. So the coal which is used in the process of production can be said to be a producer good. So producer good is only satisfying my wants indirectly. They are not satisfying my wants directly. Egg can be an example of consumer good. Why? Because it can be used to satisfy my hunger directly. Similarly, let us say that wheat can be something which can be seen as a single use consumer good, but the seeds of wheat which are used for the generation of wheat, that can be consumed, or that can be seen as a producer good. So I hope that this distinction is clear between consumer goods and producer goods. Consumer goods are those goods which are used for the satisfaction of wants directly. Producer goods are those goods which are used to manufacture, which are used to produce those goods which can satisfy the wants of consumers. In the sense that producer goods satisfy wants not directly but indirectly. Moving ahead to durable use goods, these can be used again and again and again. They can be consumer and producer goods. So your sofa, that is a durable use goods. It's not that you sit on a sofa and then throw it out of your house, never use it again. No, you don't do that. Your scooty, your bikes, your cars, your automobiles, these are examples of durable use goods. The tools and equipments and instruments that we use, these are also examples of durable use goods. You can very clearly see that sofa set placed in your home can be seen to be an example of a consumer good, right? The scooty that you may be owning for your personal use, that may be an example of consumer good, whereas tools, equipments, hammers and so on and so forth used on a shop floor, that can be seen to be an example of producer goods, right? So these are the important types that you have to keep in mind. We are going to take the discussion ahead, right? So the idea is that the first question ka answer is awaited from you, and Sudhakar Yadav gave answer as A over here, because it is not durable consumer good. Petrol is not durable consumer good. Just the way coal is not a durable consumer good, similarly petrol is not a durable consumer good, in the sense that you can use it only once, whereas computer, furniture and automobile can be used recurringly over a longish period of time. Therefore, we consider them to be durable consumer goods. I hope that this is very clear to you. If this kind of logic is clear to you, please give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Please say yes in the comment section. And if we are not answering questions, start answering questions. I would love to see certain answers. Moving ahead to question number 2. Now, this is, in my opinion, a slightly difficult question, right? So please be careful while answering the question over here. Which of the following /are characteristics of public goods? Again, I would like to highlight to you, and I'll highlight this to you a good number of times, that you should be very clear about definitions. So if you know the definition of public goods, so automatically you will know what are the characteristics of public goods. Based upon that, you have to decide that which of the following /are characteristics of public goods. They are considered rivalrous, that is, their supply dwindle as people consume them. They are considered excludable, that is, their supply can be withheld from those who do not pay. They are associated with free rider problem, all of the above. आपको बताना है बहुत सोच समझकर कि which of the following /are characteristics of public goods. दर्शिनी, आपने yes बोला है, सुधाकर यादव Krutika Shri, I'm requesting all of you to please be a little more active, right? And share the answer with me for question number 2. There are certain features of public goods that I'm going to discuss with you. But before I go ahead with my discussion, I would like to give you an option. Prince, you have given the answer over here as D. Okay, that all of the above are characteristics of public goods. I encourage everybody else also to attempt this question. Dhanashri has also given answer as D. Krutika Shri has also given the answer as D. One thing that I would like to point out to you aspirants over here is that many a times there is this mental bias that students have, that if all of the above is given as an option, all of the above should be the right answer. Therefore, even if we don't know for sure, we must select all of the above. That kind of mental biasness is there in our minds, right? Now we have to guard against that, because that can take us in the wrong direction. Kumar Gaurav has given the answer as must be D. Now let me discuss everything about public goods with you so that you are in a better position to answer this question. There are two types of goods, right? Again over here, based on ownership. A good can be a private good, a good can be a public good. Now what is a private good? Private good is something which is privately enjoyed. For example, this mobile phone that I am holding in my hand, this is a private good. This is mine. This is exclusively enjoyed by me. It is not as if that anybody and everybody who wishes to use it can get access to it. Not at all. I have purchased it. I have paid for it. It is something which is privately for me, exclusively for me, right? I can exclude others. If others are using it, I will not be able to use it. If I am using it, others will not be able to use it. That is the kind of idea that is inherent within private goods. Keep that in mind. बहुत आसान है, बहुत आसानी से आपको सारी चीजों को देखना है. For example, if you are wearing a watch, right? You have paid for that watch. It is your private ownership का watch, right? You're exclusively entitled to wear that watch, right? If you are wearing it, others can't wear it. It's just as simple as that, right? And let us say that you have got it from Titan company. So Titan will not give you its watch if you have not paid Titan. So if you have paid, only and only then will you get access to this watch. And similar kind of logic can be provided for this Mercedes and for this, let us say, house or factory or whatever it is, right? So the idea is that private goods are privately owned, exclusively enjoyed by individuals. Now what is public goods? See, the point is that first of all, public goods are not private goods in the sense that I am not the owner of, let us say, a public highway running from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, right? I have not paid for its entire construction. So it is not as if that it is meant only for my use. Just because I am using it doesn't mean that you can't ride your car on it. Just because you can ride your car on it doesn't mean that I can't ride my car on it. Are you getting my point? So if you are using the highway, doesn't mean that it is not available for me to use, right? And it is very difficult to exclude people from the highway, right? Now let us say that there is a small toll which is getting collected, but can anybody be stopped from cycling on the highway without paying the toll? Can anybody be stopped from running on the highway? Can anybody be stopped from walking on the highway? Not at all, right? So the point is that so far as public goods are concerned, there are certain important characteristics that you have to keep in mind. It is non-excludable in the sense that it is very difficult it is very difficult to sort of exclude people from enjoying the benefits of that public good, right? It is non-rivalrous in the sense that just because one person is using it doesn't mean that it is not available for other person to use, right? And it is owned collectively and enjoyed by the society, and most often it is paid for by the government. For example, there is a public park, right? Have you paid for it? Not at all. Have I paid for it? Not at all, right? Who has paid for it? Maybe the local municipality has paid for it. If you are sitting in the public park, doesn't mean that I can't be entering in the park. I can very well be entering the park and enjoying. And many a times it becomes difficult to exclude people from public parks, which is precisely why no membership fee or no entry fee is charged. So all these things that you can see on your screen right now, these highways, these town halls, these things which are provided for by the government, public park, like for example even defense services, right? So these are all public goods. So public goods, those goods which are non-excludable, non-rivalrous, राइट? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ नॉन एक्सक्लूडेबल? आपको समझ में आना चाहिए कि एक्सक्लूड करना मुश्किल है. जैसे अगर आपने प्राइवेट गुड के लिए पे नहीं करा है तो आपको एक्सक्लूड कर दिया जाएगा. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल सिनेमा हॉल, राइट? इफ यू हैव नॉट पेड फॉर द सीट, आपको एक्सक्लूड कर दिया जाएगा, राइट? सिनेमा हॉल की जो सीट है वो अगर आपने खरीदी है तो वो केवल आप ही के लिए, आप ही उसके ऊपर आकर बैठोगे, तो वो एक प्रकार से वो प्राइवेट ही गुड आप उसको समझिए. पब्लिक गुड्स आर नॉन एक्सक्लूडेबल, नॉन राइवलरस, राइट? तो ये सारी चीजें आपको बहुत क्लियरली मालूम होनी चाहिए. and these are generally public goods का जो भी पैसा लगता है that is paid for by the government. Now based upon this understanding, right, you see this question, and still there is one more problem that is going to be encountered by you while answering this question. There is something called as a free rider problem thing which has been discussed over here. What is the meaning of free rider? Understand that. What did I tell you about highway? That there is a small amount of toll that is being collected from cars plying on the highway. Now, if I am riding my bicycle on the highway, probably I'll pay no toll, right? So I am not going to pay absolutely any toll even if I am making use of the highway, right? Let us say that I am making use of all the things that the government has provided and I pay zero taxes, right? So I have not paid any tax and yet I am benefiting from all the services that government has provided. Let me tell you an example, right? Defense services are protecting the entire country and protecting all citizens of India. How many citizens of India have paid taxes to the government of India? Let us say income tax or corporate tax. I'm talking about the direct taxes, the major chunk of taxes, right? So how many of us have paid? A very small section of society has paid taxes to the government of India, right? So does that mean that the government of India will protect only those citizens who have paid taxes and will not protect those citizens who have not paid taxes? No. That means that those who have not paid taxes will also get the protection of defense services, which is basically a public good. So there is a free rider problem. What is the meaning of free rider problem? That even though I have not paid anything, still I will be able to enjoy, be able to use that good, will be able to benefit from that good. That is the meaning of free rider problem. In private goods, there is no possibility of there being a free rider problem. If you have paid it, then only you will be able to enjoy the good. If you have not paid it, you will not be able to enjoy the good. Whereas in case of public goods, even if you have not paid, you can still enjoy the good. Therefore, there is a free rider problem associated with public goods. Now, based upon this entire discussion, it is my sincerest request that please be kind enough to select the right answer over here. Sudhakar Yadav, Himalayan Shepherd, Ashwini Kumar, Kumar Gaurav, Krutika Shri, Dharshini, as well as Prince. I request all of you to please be kind enough to select the right answer over here. Which of the following is /R characteristic of public goods? Are they rivalrous? Are they excludable? Are they associated with free rider problem, or all of the above? Please be very careful in answering these questions in which this all of the above statement has been placed in the option, because there is this mental bias somehow that we believe that whenever all of the above is there, all of the above ही answer होना चाहिए. DK has given answer as C. Right answer over here is C. They are considered non-rivalrous because their supply does not dwindle as people consume them. They are considered non-excludable because their supply cannot be withheld from those who do not pay. They are associated with free rider problem, right? And all of the above is not the right answer. C is the right answer. And Shweta Singh, Krutika Shri, Prince, DK have given the right answers. Moving ahead to the third question. Which of the following is /R characteristics of capital goods? Now be very careful. What you should know over here is that you should know the definition of capital goods. You should be very clear about features and characteristics of capital goods, and if you know certain examples of capital goods, that will be very helpful. And that is precisely what we have done in our course. We know it as a matter of fact that economics as a discipline is something that we may not have studied at the level of schools, but it is definitely a very important component of various examinations that happen. So we have taught economics very beautifully to you in the sense that we have started from absolute zero level, absolute scratch, and we have built concepts up one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And with the aid of exercises, with the aid of demonstration questions, we have provided a complete and thorough understanding to you. And the most important thing about EduTap is that we have a very vibrant discussion forum for our students, paid students, right? You can ask your doubts and you can expect answers from the respective faculty within a specific time frame. So the dialogue, the discussion never stops really. So even if this is online education, you don't feel that you're away from us at any given point of time. You can ring us up, you can mail us, and you can talk to us. Coming back to the question, which of the following is /R characteristics of capital goods? They are manufactured goods used for production of other goods and services. They don't transform or change shape in the production process. They are one of the factors of production. All of the above. Which of the following is /R characteristics of capital goods? Now, please be kind enough that just because in the previous question I told you that all of the above can be incorrect, doesn't mean that all of the above is incorrect in this particular question. please be careful. Don't have this recency bias that just because in the previous question all of the above was a trap, therefore all of the above is also a trap in this question. Don't have that kind of bias in your minds, right? Sudhakar Yadav, you have given answer as A. Krutika Shri, you have given answer as A. Rajesh Soma, you have given answer as D, right? I'm requesting all of you to please be kind enough to mention the question number so that I'm very sure कि आपने थर्ड क्वेश्चन का ही आंसर दे रहे हैं. उमंग चौहान सर यूट्यूब पे पूरा पढ़ाएंगे. उमंग, हम यूट्यूब पे अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं, बहुत सारा पढ़ाते हैं, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल जनरल अवेयरनेस, साइंस, पॉलिटी, हिस्ट्री, इकोनॉमी, ज्योग्राफी, एवरीथिंग, हर चीज का लेसन्स यूट्यूब पे पढ़ाया जाता है. बट यूट्यूब पे पूरा कोर्स नहीं पढ़ाया जा सकता है, दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. यूट्यूब पे बहुत सारी चीजें हम पढ़ाते हैं बट पूरा कोर्स नहीं पढ़ाते हैं. पूरे कोर्स के सारे सारे फीचर्स आपको कोर्स के अंदर जुड़ने के बाद ही उसके फायदे मिल सकते हैं, right? And the course is very reasonably priced. You should definitely check out the course. Now let us take the discussion and learn everything about capital goods, right? Let us talk about capital goods. What are capital goods? You please keep this image in mind that capital goods are basically machines which are used for production of goods which will be consumed by me. So for example, if I eat cake, then the cake making machine is capital good. If I wear this coat making machine is a capital good. If I am using this mobile phone, mobile making machine is capital good. It's just as simple as that. Let us not make life difficult for us. Let us simplify our lives for each other. What are capital goods? These are basically machines. कुछ नहीं है, ये machines है जिससे जो सामान बनता है उसको वो मैं consume कर सकता हूँ. That is what capital goods. Capital goods are man-made, right? So all these machines are man-made in the sense that they are made by me, they are made by you. They are durable. Like for example, the sewing machine which is used to make this coat is durable. It will last for years. It will function for years. So it is not as if that कि उस sewing machine को एक बार use करो फिर फेंक दिया उसको उठा के कचरे के अंदर. Not like that. It is a durable product, right? Keep that in mind. Capital goods are used to produce goods and services, right? So this mobile is a good. The cake that I just had is a good, right? The coat that I am wearing, that is a good. Are you getting my point? So these are goods. The service that you are consuming, the education service that you are consuming, right? That is a service, right? Now, how is that service produced? It is produced using a microphone. It is produced using a camera which is sitting in front of me. It is produced using the monitor, the keyboard, and the mouse sitting with me, right? So all these goods which are used to produce this education ka service, these can be considered to be examples of capital goods, right? These are one of the factors of production. What are 4 factors of production? Quickly type it out in the comment section. आप लोगों को क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूं कि what are the 4 factors of production? It is land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. तो ये 4 factors of production आपको मालूम होने चाहिए. कोर्स में पूरा डिस्कस करा है. इनमें से एक factor of production है capital goods, right? What is the meaning of factors of production? These are the items which are required for production to be carried out. बहुत सिंपल भाषा में अगर मैं आपको बोलूं तो ये सारे आइटम्स चाहिए, ये सारी चीजें चाहिए ताकि we can carry out production. Capital goods is one of the factors of production, because without capital goods, how will we produce, right? Without machines in factories, how will we produce, right? Capital goods don't transform during production process. Sewing machine will remain a sewing machine even once this coat has been sewn. The cake making machine will remain a cake making machine even once the cake has been baked. So the machine is still there. Machine is still standing there. Machine has not got transformed. What has gotten transformed is that the cloth has become the coat, right? Wheat has become cake, but machine is standing as it is. Machine has not gotten transformed. Machine has not run away anywhere. Machine has not changed its shape, its form, its features. Machine को कुछ नहीं हुआ है. Machine doesn't transform, or capital goods don't transform during the production process. Raw material gets converted into finished goods, right? But the machine is standing as it is. That machine or that capital good, it helps in satisfying consumer needs indirectly, right? Why is it satisfying consumer needs indirectly? मुझे भूख लगा है तो मैं मशीन नहीं खा जाऊंगा, लेकिन उस मशीन के अंदर से निकला हुआ केक मैं जरूर खा जाऊंगा. मुझे कोट पहनना है, I want this coat, okay? So I cannot go around wearing that machine, but what I can do is that the coat which has been produced from the machine, I can wear that. So that machine which is making the cake, that machine which is making the coat is helping satisfying Avinash's needs indirectly. I am Avinash, okay? My name is Avinash Agarwal. So that machine is going to help satisfy consumer needs indirectly. That is what capital goods are. So you should know the definition of capital goods, and you should know all these features of capital goods, and if you know them, your life is very simple in the examination. So this sewing machine, this tractor, these hammers and tools and these equipments and these machineries, these are all examples of capital goods. Now based upon this understanding, I am requesting you again to please be kind enough to answer these questions. इस बार आंसर करते टाइम 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D करके आप लोग बताइएगा. Which of the following / are characteristics of capital goods? They are manufactured goods used for the production of other goods and services. They don't transform or change shape in the production process. They are one of the factors of production. All of the above. कौन से कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है कैपिटल गुड्स के, ये आपको बताना है. राजेश सोमा, योर आंसर वाज 3D, राइट? ओके. सुधाकर यादव, योर आंसर इज A still. Please give me new answers. Please give me fresh answers, right? Krutika Shri, you have given me answer as 3D, right? I am requesting everybody who is participating in this live chat to please be kind enough to give me the right answers now, right? Based upon your new understanding. Guneet has given me answer as 3D. DK has given me answer as 3D, and answer indeed is D. You all are performing really well. It is very important to learn and get the questions right, and you all are doing exactly that. I'm very proud of you. Moving ahead to question number 4. Now in this question, I am going to discuss the concept of intermediate goods with you. I hope that you are seeing what we are doing over here. We are not wasting your time in this live session. In the first question, I talked about durable use goods and your normal goods. In the second example, I talked about public goods and private goods. In the third question, I talked about capital goods. In the fourth question, I'm talking about intermediate goods. And I am providing complete understanding regarding these types of goods to you. Your time is very precious. Your attempts are very precious, your life is very precious, your preparation is very precious. I can promise you that if you are becoming a part of the EduTap's course, you will not be taken for a ride, you will not feel angry, or you will not feel disappointed, or you will not feel dejected. You will feel very happy that you have made the right choice, because we are here to work with you, we are here to help you study. Now, tell me which of the following is not an example of intermediate good. Cotton fiber used by spinning mills, sugarcane used by sugar mills, coffee beans used by a cafe, tea leaves used at home. आपको बताना है कि which of the following is not an example of intermediate good. Again, I would like to hammer it in your head that so far as economics is concerned, the definitions are very important, characteristics are very important, examples are very important. जितने भी हमारे topics है उनका अगर आपको definition, characteristics, examples मालूम है, you will be performing fabulously well for these questions in examination. बता दीजिए what is your answer for the fourth question. Rajesh Soma, your answer is 4D. Ajax, your answer is D. Guneet ka answer is D. DK ka answer is D. So many students are pretty sure that the answer to this question should be D. Tea leaves used at home. Now let me very quickly discuss the entire theory related to intermediate goods. What are intermediate goods? These are goods used to produce a final good. What is a final good? Final good is something that I consume to satisfy my want. That is final good. Now let us say that my need is to sort of cover myself up. So this coat is helping me do that. So this is the final good for me, right? So the thread which is used to make this final good, this coat, can be considered to be an example of intermediate good. So the thread or the yarn becomes the intermediate goods, and this becomes the final good, right? It is also, these are also called producer goods. So the thread which has gone into making this coat can also be said to be a producer good, right? There is no harm in saying that, because this is the consumer good. The thread is not consumer good. The thread is a producer good, right? Are also called semi-finished products. I cannot go around wearing a thread. Let us say that I have given the order of a coat and I go to the tailor and I ask him what happened, where is my coat? So he shows me that look at this thread, this is a semi-finished product. I am going to use this thread and make your coat. Don't worry, your coat will be made. So that thread is not my final good. That thread is not my consumer good. That thread is semi-finished. That thread needs to be woven into the coat, right? So that thread can be said to be a semi-finished product. It needs to be worked upon. It needs to be converted into a coat, and then it will become a finished product. It can, and that thread will be transformed in the production process. The thread, which is an intermediate good, which is used to produce this final good, that thread which is called a producer good, that thread which is a semi-finished product, will get transformed in the production process, because as the tailor said that he or she is going to use that thread and convert it into a coat and give it to me, right? So the fact is that intermediate goods get transformed in the production process. Let me give you more examples to clarify your understanding. The sugar sitting in your home, how is that sugar made, or what is used to make that sugar? What is the raw material or intermediate good which is used to make sugar? Cane sugar. Right? So let us say that somebody at your home wants to cook gajar ka halwa, maybe because we are sitting in winter seasons, right? So if you want to cook gajar ka halwa, you need sugar, right? For sweetness. You cannot use sugar cane for sweetness, for crying out loud. So your need for sweetness in gajar ka halwa can be fulfilled using sugar and not cane sugar or sugar cane. So sugar cane needs to be converted into sugar so that your needs can be fulfilled. So what is the final good? Your final good becomes your sugar. Similarly, if you want, let us say you want a bed sheet or a blanket or a towel or something like that, some kind of a fabric, right? So your needs will be satisfied by that fabric, not by the cotton plant. What you can do is that cotton plant has to be converted into the shape and form such that your needs are actually fulfilled. So intermediate goods can be used in production, but they can also be consumer goods. Now, let me give you an example to clarify things over here. This sugar sitting in a cafe is an intermediate good, but this same sugar sitting at your home is a final good, right? So there is this important classification that a good will be an intermediate good or a final good depending upon who is using it, where is it being used, in which kind of a scenario it is being used. Same sugar sitting in my house is a final good, same sugar sitting in a cafe is an intermediate good. Why? Because what happens is that in a cafe, that sugar is used to produce, let us say, a tea or a coffee, and then that coffee is served. So that final thing which is served over there is the coffee. That service is the product final thing over there. Right? So if a consumer buys a bag of sugar to use at home, it is a consumer good, final good. But if a manufacturer purchases sugar to use during the production of another product, it becomes an intermediate good, right? So it is not in the nature of good, but in the nature of its use, which will tell you exactly, right, that whether this good is a final good or an intermediate good. Keep that thing in mind. So there are two things that you should keep in mind while identifying intermediate goods. First and foremost, right, you should be able to clearly see that is this good being used in the production process and getting transformed in the production process to make something which is actually the final good. That is the first test you should do. Second test you should do is that who is using that particular good. Whenever any good is being used at home, it is outside the economic activity. It is outside the production process. But if that same good is being used in a factory, or if the same good is being used in a cafe, or same good is being used in a restaurant, or same good is being used in a workshop, then there is a possibility that that good may be an intermediate good. Keep that in mind. Now, based upon this entire understanding of intermediate goods, I'm again placing the question in front of you, right? Cotton fiber used by a spinning mill. So that spinning mill will produce yarn. That yarn will go to, let us say, a weaving mill. Weaving mill will produce a cloth. Cloths will be finished and so on, and finally a garment will be made. So the cotton fiber used by a spinning mill is not being used by the consumer directly, right? So that cotton fiber is clearly an example of intermediate good. Sugar cane used by sugar mill is clearly an example of intermediate good. Coffee beans used by a cafe. You want to have coffee, you want to drink coffee, doesn't mean that coffee beans will help you. So coffee beans are roasted or something like that, right? And then your coffee is prepared and so on and so forth. So that coffee beans is again example of intermediate good. And finally, that coffee which is poured into a mug and provided to you, that is the final thing. So coffee beans used by a cafe is also an example of intermediate good. Tea leaves used at home. Tea leaves used at home is, so those tea leaves have now left the production process, right? And they have come at home. So the tea leaves used at home, consumed at home, are examples of, is not an example of intermediate good, and therefore the right answer to this question is D. There is a two-stage identification process that you should adopt for intermediate goods, right? Firstly, you should see that is that item going to be used directly by consumer, right? If not, most probably that is an intermediate good. And second step, you should see where is it being used. Anything which is being used at home may not be an example of intermediate good. That is something that you need to keep in mind, and many students have given the right answer for the fourth question. Moving ahead to the mega fifth question. Match the following pairs correctly. Durable use goods, consumer goods, single use goods, public goods, and capital goods. These are the 5 types of goods which have been placed in front of you, and I have given examples to you. Now, based upon everything that we have studied in this lecture, You have to select the right answer and you should be able to select. Why? Because we have spoken about durable use goods, consumer goods, single use goods, पब्लिक गुड्स एंड कैपिटल गुड्स, सब कुछ आपको बताया गया है, आपको सब आता है, मेरे को पूरा कॉन्फिडेंस आप सही जवाब देंगे। थोड़ा सा सोच समझकर जो भी चीज आपको सही लगती है उसके हिसाब से आप आंसर चुन लीजिए, जो भी आंसर आपको सही लगे उसके हिसाब से आप अपना आंसर चुन लीजिए फॉर द 5th क्वेश्चन, राइट। कृतिका श्री, राजेश सोमा, सुधाकर यादव, श्वेता सिंह, DK, गुनीत, राइट, अजैक्स, DDEED, जॉन कामिसामा, right? I request you to participate in these live sessions on a regular basis. We are coming out for IB. We are coming out with live sessions for IB, ACIO examinations on a daily basis. You should participate very actively in those live sessions. And most importantly, if you are really serious about these examinations, what I would have done had I been in your position, I would have visited courses.edutap.co.in and I would have actually checked out the course. And I can tell you that the course is very reasonably priced and is extremely comprehensive, keeping in mind everything that you require to clear this examination. I am waiting for certain answers for the 5th question. Shweta Singh has given answer as 5D. Harsh has given answer as 5D. The right answer over here is answer is 5D. Right? If you look at durable use good, okay, so is coal durable use good? Not really. Is milk durable use good? Not really. Is sewing machine durable use good? Probably. Highway durable use good? Probably. Television. So there is some confusion. So let us move ahead and check. Let us see the second thing, consumer good. Okay, is coal a consumer good? Not really. Highway? Not really. Sewing machine? Not really. Television? Probably. No, it's not. It is, yes, it can be a consumer good. Milk can also be. So based upon this elimination, you have to select finally. So if you look at the third one, single use good. Okay, so is highway single use? No. Television, sewing machine, is it single use? No. Is television a single use good? No. Is milk a single use good? Yes. So it can be A or E, right? So you have to select A or E. So you can see that A is gone, C is gone, B and D are the only one with A. So A को उसमें आपने fit कर दिया and उस प्रकार से आपको चीजों को आगे बढ़ाना है. 4th one, public good. Public good कौन सा होता है? क्या coal public good है? नहीं. Highway public good है? हाँ, we have discussed, right? So you can see that again B over here, B over here. Right, moving ahead, capital good. What is a capital good? Something which is used to produce other good, right? So your sewing machine is clearly a capital good, there can be no doubt. So 5C. So based upon that, you can see that the answer to this question is D, and many students have given the answer as 5D. John Kamisama, you are saying that I will surely join every session in time. We are very happy to note that, John. And now I'm going to place 5 questions related to homework in front of you. And I am going to take some names over here and I'm going to place a request in front of you. John, Sudhakar, DDEED, DK, Guneet, Harsh, Shweta Singh, as well as Sudhakar Yadav, Ajax, Rajesh Sona, Krutika Shri. I am requesting all of you that you have to answer these 5 questions within 1 hour of this lecture ending. That is a sincere request. At the end of every session, I am going to provide 5 homework questions to you and I am going to request you to answer these questions, and those who answer these questions, I am going to highlight your answers in the upcoming lecture, which is going to happen again on next Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. So please prepare very well. These are very good examinations. These are very good chances that you can clear these examinations and settle into a good job. Prepare very well for these examinations. We have provided everything to you as a part of our course. You should consider enrolling in the course. With this, we'll bring this session to an end. I had a very great time having this session with you all. I hope that you all enjoyed in the same manner. Please do the homework questions. Please be regular. Please study hard and please do well for yourselves. Thank you very much. All the very best and Jai Hind.